Crazy day today, guys. Alright, that was a really bad start to the video. I had a different way in mind to start it. Has been a crazy day, though. I lost my wallet. Well, I lost my debit card recently, and that sucked. So I haven't been able to buy anything, and I really have been needing to buy things. And yesterday, I couldn't find my wallet I came home from work yesterday and then lost it. And today in the morning, because I go to work early in the morning, and I couldn't find it. So I just said, screw it, and I drove to work without it, and I was really scared about getting pulled over, because, you're cooked if you don't have your ID, right, and you get pulled over. But no, luckily nothing happened. But I didn't eat breakfast, because I usually don't in the mornings. Probably should. And I didn't bring lunch, so I didn't have money to buy lunch either, so that sucked. And I needed to get to school today after work, and I had work. I leave work at 1:30, go to school. Well, today was like the last day of class for the semester, but I had school at 3, and we were just presenting our final projects. Like that video I posted. The philosophy video. I know it was bad. My peers, my classmates' videos were insane. I was honestly a little upset that mine sort of didn't come out as good as theirs did, but nonetheless, it was still, I don't know, it was a good class. I had fun, but it was mind-boggling today. That, and dude, I had to take my coworker offered to help me out because I didn't have enough gas. I had eighth tank of gas, like enough to, like, I don't know, get me down the block in my car. Don't never even see my car, but it'll be one of these videos one of these days. But I'm gonna try and keep this upload schedule. I'm gonna try and do a video a day, like a few minutes. It's not really too hard. I don't know why I didn't do it before, but so he offered to help me out, and we went to Costco, and he filled up, like, put in like $25. So when I'm gonna go to the bank tomorrow and get a new debit card, and I'm gonna Zelle him, for helping me out. But he was so cool for that. It's been such a stressful day, too much thinking. Come home, can't find the wallet still, brutal. Found it in the pants pocket from Sunday. That's what I took my work pants off to take a shower, and I left my wallet and my headphones. And my ear today, my ear. I guess I have like a wax buildup in there or something. Something happened. Maybe like a sinus infection or some sort of ear canal infection, or I have no idea. But my ear was pulsating pain. It was so bad. And in class today, I could barely handle it. Like, it was brutal. And it didn't help that I was running on an empty stomach. It's like fucking 4:30. I'm sitting in class, running on an empty stomach, nothing, and just a fucking zin, just popping zins, dude. Try and stay awake to keep me going. But the zins, almost like the nicotine almost like amplified the pain. I thought it would. If only I had like a pen, maybe it would have been like a painkiller. It was like pulsating, like I couldn't do that. I was literally sitting in class, like bouncing, and the more I moved, the more it hurt. That's the thing. It was brutal. It's been such a stressful day. I just I'm like sitting on the floor here, with like these bows in the background. So I'm recording this on, like, well, I don't know. I need like better recording equipment. I just have like the computer to lose weight. That's not. I only had the one meal today. It was dinner, but that'll be enough. It'll be enough to get me. I need. Maybe if I stick to that. I've been seeing that online. It's just people are just saying, I go to the gym and all, but it's probably I just need to eat less. Like yesterday, I had 2 peanut butter jelly sandwiches before I went to bed, which is bad. I mean, and the gains aren't even so this is sort of bad lighting, but I don't know. That is a terrible flex. I don't know why. I don't have anything to flex, man. But other than that, dude, it's been crazy. I wanted to film the video at work at my lunch break, but I just sat down in my chair in the break room, and I was like brutal. It was so hot today outside, and just working. It's one day you'll see. One day I'll when my boss isn't there, I'll record a video at work, and you'll see what I'm talking about, where I work and what exactly I do. But no, things have been absolutely crazy. I've just been trying to live. I don't know. I you know what? Here's something that I've been wanting to talk about. So sort of like get off of my head. And I'll be talking like with friends or with people I know. And I've learned in class, I've learned in school that sort of skepticism is almost like the cradle of faith, like it's not true faith if you've never doubted, in a sense. I don't know, that's sort of like an incomplete concept, but in my head I was born Christian. My parents were sort of like Catholics. I don't know. It was like a weird. I'd have to ask them. They're always like sort of strange about it. We don't go to church anymore. Long story short, there. But I did go to church a lot when I was very young, up until I was about like 10. So I was raised Christian, heavy Christian, and I never really had the guts to challenge my faith until about a few years ago. My brain started developing more. We're learning a little bit more. Living life a little bit more. But now I'm about to turn, a certain age old. It's a bit of a milestone number. I don't know if that gives it away, but I don't know. This like the facial hair sort of makes me look older. People always say that I look older than I really am, which I guess is if I shave let me, you know what, I've been saying I'm going to grow the hair out for a little bit and grow the beard and, just sort of like in my philosopher, you know what I'm saying, Socrates type stuff, just until I can, sort of feel confident at a certain weight and then shave the beard off. I don't know, because I kind of have like chubby cheeks, You know what I mean? I don't know. I just need to lose some weight, but anyways though, so I'll talk to people and talk about faith, and people just love to sort of interpret scripture in their own way, or sort of like people interpret scripture and you're not even just interpreting, but use scripture to sort of portray themselves as like this person who is just connected with God, and they know they're just so faithful and things are just all according to plan, and I am this pietous, divine person, and it's like, I call BS, so many. I know people don't read the Bible. I know certain people don't go to church. I don't go to church, but I've read a bit of the Bible. Like, I've read the New Testament, the Gospel, and, some I've read, like, Genesis, Exodus, and then, like, some of Proverbs, and, how do you say? There's so many. Psalms, that's right. And then, I want to read Samuel. And I want to read like the Torah too. Well, I also want to read the Quran. I've done a bit of studying on Arab history, the Islamic world. It's pretty interesting. I mean, especially in the times we're in now, and sort of with what's going on over there and here, it's almost sort of like a need to know. I don't know. For me, at least, it has a lot to do with the Islamic world. I mean, that's like, all right, that'll be a whole other video. Staying on topic, the people who do that, it's just so, I don't know if the word's convoluted or I don't know, maybe like cliche. It's like such a cliche to just sort of pretend to be this person, and I almost envy them in a sense, because it's sort of like such a confidence to have, to sort of claim true believer, and without, in my head, what I perceive to be, without even a true understanding of what God is. I mean, well, I guess nobody truly understands what God is in a sense, right? But to sort of understand what God is thought to be, or what scripture has been interpreted as, and what it can be interpreted as. So there's so much, and I guess that's me just being some sort of like, I don't know, maybe I'm being like, what's the word? Like I'm just being there's like a word for people like that. I don't know, me. I I don't know. I can be a bit of a, I don't know what the word would be. It's like pompous or sort of self-righteous. No, there's like a specific word for people who act like ooh, you know, I don't know exactly. I gotta figure it out. But it just, that sort of rubs me the wrong way. That's like, I don't really trust. I can't exactly trust her. Not, I guess maybe not like not trust, but I don't. Yeah, I guess that would be. I don't really trust a person like that 100%. Like I don't know. I have some close friends who are like that, but I also have lots of people who are like that, and adults, especially older people. I'm an adult. I hate saying that. I'm an adult. But it's been a wild couple of years though. I'll tell you that much. That much is true. Things could always be better, you know. That's why I want to email my professor. This is like a lot to do in one video, and it's only been almost 12 minutes, but it feels like I've already been talking for a half hour. No, I'll save that topic for another video, just so I can. I want to do that. I want to be like, okay, let me not, like, let's not dump it all in one go. Save some content, for more videos. You know what I mean? I can like raise both of my eyebrows. But I don't know if that's really a skill or not. But no, yeah, I'll just end it there. This has already been a good one. I'll have to rewatch this though and like try to pick up where I left off tomorrow. The curly dog shirt. Nothing, bro. L flex. But all right, guys, I'll see you in the next one.